Here's a Marvel Snap pop quiz. How does it work when you've got multiple locations that are all the Nexus, either from Mirror Dimension or, in this case, from Legion, which I'm going to use to make all three locations into the Nexus. Before that happens, though, I'm going to make a very innocuous but extremely important play here of Super Scroll, which winds up copying the War Machine that my opponent stole from my Cable. And I also reduced its cost with Zabu, so they're able to play that alongside a Hydra Bob. But all of this will allow me to play a huge Infinite on the final turn. And also, very important here, my opponent winds up playing a Red Guardian on this turn and missing the 50-50 to hit the Super Scroll. So I am going to have access to my War Machine, and here comes the Legion. This is a pretty big hint as well. If you watch these animations, you'll be able to tell exactly what's going on here, including this Groot animation, but it all happens so quick that you can very easily miss it. So what is happening is the first Nexus, which I'm going to say has power X, gives its power to the other two, the Nexus. The second Nexus adds in its own power, which is Y, and then gives its power XY to both of the other two locations. The third Nexus, which now has power XXY plus Z, its own power, then gives that entire value to both of the other two locations, which means the first Nexus has XXXXYYZ, the middle location has XXXYYZ, and that third location has XXYZ, which all of this comes together, meaning that the first location, the power really matters there. So that is ultimately where I'm going to wind up dropping my Infinite. And my opponent makes some suboptimal plays here because they didn't quite understand all of the interactions going on, but there's a lot of interactions. I'm sure you didn't quite understand the math yourself. They move over their Rocket and Groot, which loses them some power, and they Shang-Chi in the worst location, just dropping that Z value rather than dropping the Y value, which would have been double multiplied. Subscribe for more sweet Marvel Snap.